Money, money, money.
Welcome to another video. We got a very exciting game today. We are back in the Duelist Cup playing Umi Swordoul, one of my favorite decks, and whenever I'm getting extra sweaty, always break out the Umi Swordoul. Bit of an awkward hand here. We want to summon Protoss, but we cannot summon Protoss at the moment. Maybe could have done some other plays, but we're just going to go into a level 10 Swordsoul Sinister Sovereign, and we're going to go into a second level 10, dumping the Protoss, making a Baron de Fleur, who is sadly not a worm, so we don't draw an additional card. Could have made the big Chungus, but Baron negate plus banish random cards seems like a solid enough end board. Also, we got very exciting news, alright, for the next episode. Well, there's two things, alright. Max C in the hand right now. Max C finally hit by Konami, down to 2 in the OCG. So I am optimistic that Max C will soon be gone from MasterDuel. All right, but almost, like, we're almost there. Maybe like we're maybe like 5 months, 4 to 6 months away. All right, that's my prediction. We'll see. We shall see. We're drawing our Umi Pacifist. Another. All right, and second. All right, amazing news. Opponent negating our pop. We're gonna negate the negate. I was pretty sure that this would give us the token, because if an opponent activates a card or effect, and we control no tokens, we should special summon a token. And they activated Effect Veiler. Oh, I guess because we negated the activation, it doesn't work. That's alright. We negated the activation. That's why it didn't work. I did not know that's how that worked. Alright, we're learning things as we're beating up our opponent here. Opponent, do you have any actions? Opponent, it's your last turn. We got no negates. They activated a monster effect, but they did not special summon a monster. This Sinister Sovereign will burn them for 1200 if they activate a spell trap card, or if they special summon a monster. They'll burn them for 1200. So opponent, don't do those things, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Opponent, we get a token. Thank you very much. I keep trying to get around to the news. Someone took Umi to the top 8 in the Duelist, not in the Duelist Cup, but in the Meta Weekly, and I am very excited to test out this blind second Umi deck. Let's go on to the next game, though. Like I said, blind second Umi. If you want to see me play in that deck, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I'll be back next time. Next episode, we'll have the Umi going second variant from Pacifist Rat. And if you know the guy, Pacifist Rat, or if you watch the channel at all, let me know. Maybe we can have you on the show to talk about the deck and your Umi text, because it looked very sweet. So make sure to come back to check that out. Also, I know people are complaining, where's AI Yugioh, alright? In the intro, we never talk about him. AI Yugioh's always there, except sometimes he's gone. He's on vacation, don't worry, he'll be back soon. We got our Jellyfish summoning My Girl Moyi into the Swordsoul Grandmaster, into the Baron de Fleur, into Burn Opponent for 1200, into Activate Swordsoul Emergence. Opponent negating. Alright, now, okay, opponent negating. If we negate their negate of our search, we can search for our very powerful floodgate effect. So we're gonna negate. We're going to negate the Ash Blossom. We are going to add to the hand zone Arch Nemesis Protoss. We are going to banish 3 monsters with different types. We're going to name Dark. Now, opponent cannot summon Dark monsters for their whole turn. So if opponent is playing a deck that plays Dark, if they're playing Yugioh, they're pretty much going to get cooked. We have follow-up with the Ecclesia. We got Monster Negate. That is it right now. Jellyfish not doing anything. Could have held Jellyfish in the hand. Might have been better, actually, to hold Jellyfish in the hand. But you know what? It's fine. Opponent Centurion. Centurion does have some dark monsters, but most of them are light. We'll see if we can stop them. Primera going to activate to search. I'm going to negate this. Hope for the best here. They only have 2 cards left in the hand zone. We did banish a card. But, oh no, opponent has Triple Tactics. Triple Tactics, yoink. Stealing my guy. Going into Legadia. That is another light monster, popping and drawing a card. They draw into Trudea. Trudea is in the back row. Now opponent has a Synchro Summon on our turn. And they played completely through the Protoss. Protoss is gone. Protoss is dead. Long live Protoss. Karasa Designate. Probably not going to do anything here. Let's try our best to summon Phantasm Spiral Dragon. Phantasm Spiral Dragon will let us do not very much, because we could make a Shaman of the Tenyi. Make a Shaman of the Tenyi, discard this cross out, go resummon a worm, right? Resummon a worm. Special worm, yeah, so we could get Protos back and then pop the Legadia and stop him from summoning light monsters, but I don't think opponent's gonna let us do that. Bestial Druid Swarm is here, banishing our Swordsoul Grandmaster from the graveyard, and this Bestial Druid Swarm is a bit of a problem. We're gonna Phantasm Spiral Dragon, but opponent, they have other plans, and their plans involve stopping us from making plays. They are going to Synchro Summon a Baron de Fleur, and they are going to send a monster that was special summoned to the graveyard with the effective Bestial Druid Swarm. That's going to send our Phantasm Spiral Dragon. So our plan was, if our first plan failed, we have the incredible Ecclesia. We can do our full Swordsoul play, search the deck for our Swordsoul, banish a worm from the graveyard, and Synchro Summon and do some plays, shuffle opponent stuff back in the deck. But opponent has fully stopped us, and I believe we are cooked. Let's normal summon Ecclesia. Let's hope opponent can forget how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! We're gonna make Draco Berserker, and we're gonna go straight to battle. Opponent sadly did not summon enough times to let us go into the Superstar Player Typhon Sky Crisis, so sadly we don't have that option. We're just gonna hope opponent forgets to negate Draco Berserker. His effect mandatory: when he destroys a monster, he gains attack, and he can attack a second time, but opponent, they didn't forget to negate. And our board is gone, and we are cooked. These things happen, alright? We didn't get enough Umi. Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. Playing Umi Swordoul, my favoriteest Umi deck, and here it is. Here is the reason we play Umi Swordoul. We got Umi Dragon, and we got Swordsoul, both in the hand zone. Opponent, I don't want to see Max C anymore. The reason that they're putting Max C to 2, everyone knows, in OCG, they're moving it down to 0 slowly, is because they made a better Maxi. Maxi but fixed. It's not more powerful, it's slightly worse, which makes it better. It's more fair Maxi. Maxi you can't activate after you go first and make an unnegatable board, and then slap that Maxi down to stop opponent from having fun on their turn after you combo for 10 minutes. So very fair. We're gonna search for Protos just to discard him to the graveyard, sadly. Going into a Baron. So we got Negate, we got Monster Negate, we got Burn opponent for 1200, we got C Stealth Attack, we got the Call by the Grave. We don't have an Umi in the graveyard yet. Opponent, reinforcements of the army. We got really 2 negates here, so let's see what we can do. Opponent, Scream on the field. They are playing the Tearlaments. Okay, we gotta be careful. We do have negate for Tearlaments. They are going to start milling, and I am going to negate the Scream. Alright, this is a bit risky, but the reason I'm negating the Scream is because if opponent gets too much value in their graveyard, maybe they're playing Lightscorned or something, they could do some plays that are kind of dangerous. So I'm going to negate the Scream here, and the plan is to use the second negate for the, not the Havness, the Kiklos. Just kidding, I am going to negate the Rhino Heart, because now we know that Tearlament's Havness is in the hand. If opponent, after having their Rhino Heart negated, still manages to mill their other Tearlament Shiren, we can banish the Shiren and negate it, and then we don't have to worry about Kiklos. Opponent mills a Kashtira that's going to mill more, and that's negated. Opponent Kashtira, Tearlament Scream, both activating. They're going to get some more random mills. We shall see if it's enough. Random mills. Hits a Destrudo. Alright, Destrudo is what I was worried about. And opponent has Foolish Burial. So now our finger is no good. Maybe I should have saved my negates for the Kiklos. But here's Shiren. We're gonna finger the Shiren. So no Kiklos for opponent. But they do get to make a Synchro play. They get that Destrudo back for the low cost of half their life points. They can make a Synchro summon. So this could be dangerous. If they have Black Rose Dragon, Black Rose Dragon here could pop our entire board, but opponent chooses to target Havness, meaning they are going into a Prima Donna. Okay, Prima Donna, very interesting. giving us back Protos to summon a second Rhino Heart, and Synchro summoning Psychic End Punisher. Alright, unaffected Psychic End Punisher because they have less life points than us. That's going to boost itself to be quite thick. But, sending our Sea Stealth attack to the Banished Zone. Only got one of those. Hitting us for 6,300. Setting 2 back row. And this guy is unaffected. How do we deal with unaffected Psychic End Punisher? Well, opponent forgot that if our life points are lower than theirs, then he is affectable. But we got to be extra careful because opponent summoned it with Deep Sea Prima Donna, which means we can't target it with card effects. So this is an untargetable Psychic End Punisher, but not an unaffected Psychic End Punisher. Got to be extra careful. So what are we going to do here? Well, we're going to start things off with Baron Pop. Sorry. We're going to start things off with Baron. Summon My Girl Moyi, but opponent has the Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave, denying our My Girl Moyi. Baron will annoyingly shuffle itself back in the deck anyway, even though the My Girl is gone, but that's okay. We can Swordsoul Strategist, summon itself for free. Opponent going to activate the Goat, Black Goat Laughs, naming Shay Ying. That is fine. They think that Shay Ying is our only out to the Psychic End Punisher, but they are wrong. You are wrong, opponent. We're going to make Baron again. Baron going to pop the back row to clear it, so we got nothing to worry about now. Soliak is gone. Opponent gets to add something to their hand? I don't think so. Negate. You get nothing, opponent. And Baron is going bye-bye. And look, it's happening. Typhon Sky Crisis is here. Send Psychic End Punisher back to the extra deck. And you are cooked, opponent. Tearlaments done in by Umi Swordoul. I know Swordsoul was doing all the work, but don't worry, Umi Dragon is going to be here. He's going to be here not just as flavor, but to win us some games. Let's go on to the next one. We got a very Umi hand. We got the Fish Sonar into the Jellyfish into the Ocean Dragon Lord. Let's see if it's enough. Umi gets summoned. Now, very interesting thing about the deck that Pacifist Route is playing. No Jellyfish. Jellyfish, nada. 0. All going second. It's going second, Umi. So, going first, Umi. It can lock opponent out of monsters. We got Monster Negate. We got, what is this? Opponent main deck, Cosmic Cyclone on the activation of Sea Stealth attack, preventing us from getting Umi. So our Umi cards do nothing. That is very rude, opponent. That's so rude. Maybe I should start just searching for Umi. And here it is again, the Centurions. Are we getting cooked by Centurions again? We can Ash Blossom negate this. But opponent still has 4 cards left. Cosmic Cyclone, very good against Umi. So if, and the triple tactics as well. Pot agreed. Opponent playing just the most powerful nonsense. Centurion actually is a pretty okay deck. It's not like super strong. I'm not sure why it seems to be quite popular today. If you know why people are playing so much Centurion, you let me know. Our whole board is cooked. We have nothing left. But we do have the ability to summon our Taya. And sadly, we don't have any worms. So we have nothing in the graveyard to banish for Taya. Opponent's got the Exilia. They get a negate. They also are Dimensional Fishing, and that means we are cooked. Alright, D-Fisher. We're going to go home. Alright, you know what? Umi Dragon didn't do anything today. But we're going to keep believing. And if we keep believing, he will do good things for us. Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. We are going first, and we got beautiful Umi Swordoul. Let's start things off by activating our Fish Sonar to bait an Ash Blossom. We are of course going to let this go. So we got the Crossout Designate to protect from any other hand trap. Thank you for ashing our nonsense. Let's My Girl Moyi reveal Protos. And we have to hope to draw an additional worm here so we can summon Protos. We need one more worm. Let's activate, draw card search, and hope to draw a worm or Swordsoul card. Yes, very lucky. We're going to get the Taya, so we have all 3 different attributes for our Protos here. Let's Synchro Summon. Get our token, get our Synchro Summon. And Protos just a really good Floodgate, alright? You're playing a deck with a lot of attributes, then it's pretty solid, but in Swordsoul you can actually search it, as we did in the previous game. We're going to name Dark, and we'll see what opponent's up to. Also, we're going to slap him with Max C, very fair. not going to be possible in the future. Next year, this time next year, I'm hoping Maxi at 0. Opponent summoning Dark Beckoning Beast, but they cannot special summon Yugioh. You cannot special summon Dark Monsters. Proto says, no Dark Monsters for you. Okay, I'm sorry, but you've been floodgated. Opponent, get another Dark Beckoning Beast, and ending the turn, they got nothing. Alright, we got Baron Negate, we got Monster Negate, we got Vishuda, but opponent, we're activating Protos to name Dark again. Opponent responding with a Super Poly. They should have done this either on their turn, I don't know why they didn't do this on their turn, or in the draw phase. I guess on their turn they couldn't have, they still couldn't have played on their turn because the Protos still locks them out of Dark, but they could have at least like got rid of Protos before we could draw anything. But now, Protos already activated again. So opponent locked out of Darks after this resolves. Discarding a Yubel, of course. Mood Dragon of the Swamp is here. They had to use their own monster to make that. Baron gonna pop the opening of the Spirit Gate. Opponent naming Dark. I'm not sure why they're doing that. Not doing anything to us. Maybe trying to bait our negate. Let's pop opponent. And they're still locked out of Dark Monsters for their whole next turn, because we did get to activate that Protos again. So opponent, you can do no plays. They are fully cooked. Protos steals the game. Let's go on the next one. On to the next game. Our opponent is going first. We got Protos, we got the Maximum C, we got the Ash Blossom. Will Max C resolve? It will not. Call by the Grave, fingering the Max C. One day. One day. You know, Konami might choose to ban Call by the Grave after they hit Max C to 0 and replace it with that new card. Alright. We'll see. Nightmare Throne. Opponent playing Yubel going first. Let's speed things up. Opponent is going to mostly be able to set up their board uninterrupted, although we do have an Ash Blossom to negate this Samsara Lotus. Excuse me, opponent. Actually, do you have any plays? Do you have any plays after you've been Ash Blossomed? Opponent. Spirit of Yubel shuffling into the deck, making the Phantom of Yubel and passing the turn. Alright, only one negate plus one back row. Plus Maxi. Alright, thankfully we got the Ash Blossom, but opponent can negate the Ash Blossom with Phantom. So what is going to happen here? Oops, opponent, you forgot. You negated Maxi on your turn. That means Maxi also negated on our turn. Big oops. They forgot about their own finger. And opponent, shame scoops. See, Maxi, terrible card for the game. Let's go on to the next one. On to the next one. I'm going to have the Umi deck list at the end of the video if you want to see the maximum power Umi. Opponent, going first. They are playing Dragon Link. And Dragon Link, this is my... Alright, listen. Alright, I've talked about this before. Dragon Link is probably the most toxic deck in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! It is the enigmatic summon for literally 10 real life minutes deck, and then ends on a board of like 10 negates. And that is you know, one of the problems I think with modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Design. And I don't know why Konami decided that Dragon Link deserved to have a card that was banned, unbanned, White Dragon, Wyvern Buster at 0. I was so happy I didn't have to play against Dragon Link. And then they unbanned it. They unbanned it to 1 again, and the people are back playing Dragon Link. And Dragon Link is back to being 10-minute uninterrupted turns of synchro summoning that makes 3 to 10 negates. So opponent, they're gonna 10 real life minutes of summoning, eventually make their negates, and we'll see if we draw enough cards to do anything in response to this. We will try our best, but I'm not hopeful. Alright, I've seen Dragon Link before, and there's negate number 1, can't be destroyed, can attack a bunch of times. There's Borreload, Omni Negate, so opponent has Monster Negate, Omni Negate, and they got rid of one of their negates to get Visceral Rebellion. Getting on the lure, Pot of Greed. We got one back row. Back row could be anything. Oh, opponent not done. Summoning Red Eyes Black Meteor Dragon, going into an IP Masquerade to make going into IP to make the 4 negate Appaloosa on our turn after they've used their other negates. So opponent has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 negates, and oh, they're not done. Dragonhawk summoning the Dragon Colossus, and Colossus means we can't add cards to our hand. So Swordsoul Emergence does nothing. Opponent has Omni Negate, Monster Negate, 4 more Monster Negates. So 4, 5, 6 negates, and we can't add cards to our hand, and they have a set back row, which could be impermanence or another negate. So opponent has 8 negates, and we only have 6 cards in our hand going second. And this is why Dragon Link, very toxic, alright? Very toxic. I don't think there's anything any deck could do against this. You need what is the card? Negate all monsters on the field. That one counterable negate all monsters card. We're gonna summon Jellyfish, see what happens. We're gonna try and finger opponent's Visual Dissipator. They're resummoning, or sorry. Yeah, there we go. Banish the Dissipator. Opponent gets to draw. And we're gonna go into the Typhon. This is our last thing. It's the only thing we can do. Alright? The only thing we can do here. Opponent IP Masquerena going into SP Little Knight, banishing our Typhon, and we are cooked. So there you go. Dragon Links. Konami, please ban them again. That is my pitch. Let's go on to the next game. Opponent is going first. We got the Maxi. We got the Incredible Ecclesia. We got the Jellyfish Pacifist. And opponent, we hit him with the Maxi, and they did not negate it. Unnegated Maxi. This drastically increases our odds of winning. An opponent not playing into the Maxi, they're passing the turn. We got the Ecclesia. We got the Jellyfish, summoned for free because opponent has a monster. We got the My Girl Moyi, summoned with the Jellyfish, reveal the emergence. Opponent, Moonlit Chill, gonna try and negate. We are gonna negate the negate. Now, I was worried here, alright, because I was like, you know, it's not the end of the world if My Girl Moyi gets negated here. We can Incredible Ecclesia, we can get the other one. Or we can just synchro summon using Ecclesia and My Girl Moyi. We don't even need the token. But I'm gonna negate that. But opponent, sneaky Maxi. Alright, opponent had the Maxi also. We are gonna sneaky dodge with the Ecclesia. Get out from under the Maxi. Get the Taya. And we're gonna keep going here. We got more plays. We get our token. We're gonna Grandmaster. We are going to draw a card and add a card to our hand zone. We gotta fight through the Maxi. We gotta beat the Maxi challenge. Swordsoul Strategist to the hand. Fish Sonar. Getting our Ocean Dragon Lord. Summoning a Phantasm Spiral Dragon from the deck. Search for the Protoss. Activate. Banish. We're playing Maxi Challenge. No fear. Alright, no fear on the Maxi Challenge. Opponent negating our Taya. Taya negated. Does that even matter? I don't think so. Let's summon Protoss, banishing 3. Name Earth. Opponent will not be able to summon Earth monsters on their turn. And this is lethal damage, and opponent, Maxi Challenge, has been lost. Love to see it. Maxi, literally useless card. Konami, just ban it. Let's go on to the next game. On to the next game. Now, we are the ones who get to go first. Let's go. Activate Fish Sonar. Always to bait the negate. No, opponent's not going to negate. But we are going to get the My Girl Moyi. Opponent slapping us with Maxi. I don't think so. Ash Blossom negate. And we are off to the races. Kairushin, excellent card for follow-up plays. Alright, if you can't use him turn 1, use him on a later turn. Send opponent's whole board to the graveyard except 1 card. You're doing good. Grandmaster is here. We get to add and draw, and hopefully we can summon Protoss as well. Protoss, my second favorite floodgate. We just hard draw the Protoss. Excellent. Now we get to make our second synchro play. We get our Strategist. We get to summon the Strategist and summon the Protoss. We're going to Baron the Fleur here, and do we have the right attributes, alright? We got fire, we got water, we got wind. We're good. We are golden. Protoss, summon yourself. Declare dark. Opponent, no dark monsters for you. Hope they're playing a dark deck. Opponent was playing Dragon Links. And they got negated. I think it was Dragon Links. Actually, it might have been Cyberse. It was so quick. What did they summon? They summoned Firewall Defensor, Cyberse. And, sorry, Dark. Denied by the Protoss. Love to see it. Alright. Final game today. And I know I said we were playing Umi Swordoul. Where was all the Umi? Well, Umi, sadly, in the Umi Swordoul deck, did not do too much alright today. I tried my best, but you saw that the only times Umi made an appearance, Umi got got handed. All right, it got clapped a little bit. So that's why I'm looking forward to trying out the blind second Umi deck. I think Umi Swordoul, it is a strong deck, but the Umi side is not showing off its value. We got the Sinister Sovereign first, so we get to draw an additional card. Literally draw 3. Very cool, better than Pot of Greed. We get to Emergence, search for our Protoss, and we are Protoss Turbo today. Protoss the best floodgate. I'm even banishing my own Grandmaster to get that Protoss on Dark. I think it's worth it. Opponent. Setting a billion back row. The Snowy Weather Channel. Snowy Canvas, sorry. I don't know why I said Weather Channel. We are going to banish that and burn you for 1200. Opponent. Summoning a Weather Painter. Getting a second Snowy Canvas. Banishing it to get a Weather Forecast. We got this Swordsoul Blackout. Pop 2. Well, let's pop 2. Target Protoss does not get popped. Not destroyable. Let's destroy the back row. Destroy the field spell. Opponent. They have no more plays and they are done. Love to see it. Let's go on to the deck list. Alright. Here is the Swordsoul Umi deck list. Let's go through it. Let's talk about it. We got Phantasm Spiral Dragon. We got Tenyi Adhara. We got 2 Maxis. We got triple Ash Blossom. We got Tenyi Spirit Shathana. We got triple Migro Moyi. We got 2 Tayas. We got triple Incredible Ecclesia. We got triple Jellyfish. We got 1 Ocean Dragonlord. We got triple Longyan. We got 2 Vishuda, 1 Ashuna, 1 Protoss. We got triple Emergence, 2 Fish Sonar, 2 Pacifist, 2 Call by the Graves, 2 Imperm, 1 Blackout, 1 Sea Stealth Attack. In the extra deck, Yazi never got summoned, so Yazi cuttable. Baxia, Draco Berserker, Dragite. We got the 2 copies of Grandmaster, 1 Baron, 1 Supreme Sovereign, 1 Sinister Sovereign, Jellyfish, times 2. We got Typhon, we got Monk of the Tenyi, we got Shaman, and we got Little Knight. Typhon actually won me a game of Yu-Gi-Oh! So it is completely worth it to run. Typhon, actually a solid card, also very fun, also rewards going second. So I would love to see more cards like this. I think it's great. That's the deck list. Thoughts on the deck list? I played a lot. I definitely found that the Umi package was not shining today. Alright, Umi package was not shining. Kairu Shin, every time I summoned him, they were somehow able to get rid of my back row or negate the Kairu, or in some way that made it so that the floodgate was not alive. So that was very sad. Very sad. The Swordsoul part did really well, especially Protoss floodgating people against the very common U-Bell decks. It is just devastating to them. They can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! So Protoss stocks are way up. If you want to play pure Swordsoul or Swordsoul Umi, I think it's a great deck. Definitely solid. And I ranked all the way up to duel level 17 with this in one day. So it was pretty solid. And yeah, had a lot of fun. So I hope you like the deck. Like I said, we'll be back next time with blind second Umi as seen in the Duelist Cup top 8. So love to see it. Hope you come back for that. And have a good night. I'll see you next time.